Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video. It's a garden update. The date is June 28th, 2016. And right before you, you see a long cayenne pepper plant. And I planted this on March 30th. I'm gonna see if you can see that on the tag. And so far the plant's gotten pretty tall. I had a little issue with this. Whatever this is, growing, kind of vine this way around the pepper plant, so I had to remove it. Right here, I got the Carolina Reaper. Still, you can see right there, it's starting to grow some buds. So hopefully we'll start to see some peppers grow from this plant. I got some jalapeno pepper plants here, and they are starting to blossom. What will happen is the actual fruit will begin to grow, and it'll push the petal down and just drop it completely. And as you see right here in this plant, one broke off, but generally what happens is this whole the whole flower part will come off. This right here is an assorted mix of peppers that I planted. I got a weed right there. Pick that out. So that's like a combination of if I remember right, it's like poblano, let's see, habanero, and probably jalapeno. And I didn't keep track of the seeds. I just knew I had a collection of them, so I just planted them right there. Same deal right here. Just a mixed mash of pepper seeds. Right here is a red Marconi pepper plant. I picked one of them, added to my spaghetti, the one you saw me do the video on earlier. And here's some of the peppers, and it looks pretty nice. See right here, it's starting to bud. Another one right there. So I'm going to give this one time. But what I'm really excited about are my cucumbers. There's a cucumber, there's one right there. And you'll see how high this thing has gotten. I had to add this rope here because it was growing so it was growing so tall. It was going into the top of the ceiling of the balcony. So I had to, they love to vine their way up things. So I figured if I add this, maybe it'll vine its way all the way across. We'll just wait and see. But it's gotten pretty far. I put this up on Sunday, and it's already, and it was right where my finger is right now, and it's steadily growing. So we're gonna see where it goes. I've actually been making pickles. I've been got a recipe off the back of Morton's canning salt, and I've used the recipe on the back to start making pickles. And would you know it? I actually I've grown dill, so I've been able to actually use dill weed from the garden to add to the pickling mix. Another example of a cucumber wanting to latch onto wherever it can and to keep growing. So can't really fault it for trying to survive. And there's a little cucumber right there. I don't know if you can see it. There's some more cucumbers. There's another one right there. I may pick this I give this one like maybe another couple of days before I pick it. They say it's good to pick them when they have still some of the bumps on the side. Go back to this one. It's a little bit prickly, but I'm gonna pick this cuke when the video is up. But yeah, I had the same issue. I had to make these little trellises for the cucumber vines to work their way up. We got one that didn't do too well. But these other ones are looking pretty nice. They're very small right now, but they'll grow and get pretty large. Another one right there. 3 more right there. Another one right there. One more right here. So I'm pretty happy to make. I'm really excited about growing these. I remember how I was excited about growing corn. So I figured, since I can't grow corn too well, in this area, in this part of the property, I guess I'll stick with something that works for me. So far, it looks like cucumber is doing this thing. Got spearmint right here. I've been picking these off and adding them to my tea. So we got a little like an insect molted right there, flaked off. I got sweet basil, spicy globe, Greek basil. I've been adding this to my pasta. Come around the side of the house and show you the rest. I'm really excited about this year. I was trying to grow potatoes here, but they didn't take. I think what I did was I got some potatoes and made just cut them in quarters. But the eyes didn't develop, so I'm guessing that since nothing came out the eyes when they were in the fridge, nothing's gonna grow right now. So I may plant something different here. I was thinking maybe broccoli, since it's a good winter crop. Is left of my pole bean plant, Kentucky Wonder. I picked some beans from this. As you can see, it shed a lot of leaves, but a lot of the plant is still alive. This one's almost dried out. What happened is I can pull this off and open the pod and pull out beans that I can actually use for replanting next year. There's a pod right here. See, I got mint and julep right here. Funny thing, this is like I mentioned before in a previous video, this actually stayed here it was here from last year. And during the winter, it remained dormant, and then, as the temperature picked up, it started growing like crazy. I got a few weeds here. I'm gonna pull this one up. It smells great too. I've been adding this to my tea. I got now this is a mix of jalapeno and poblano. So this is a poblano on this side, and here's a jalapeno right here. Yeah, they've been getting ravaged by some pests, but I've been I don't know. I'm not really I guess I'm not too much of a, actually we call it green kind of guy, but maybe I am. But what I tried doing is using I guess non-harsh chemical methods to try to keep insects off. And so I learned that spraying a little bit of soapy water on the leaves would help them, will help keep pests off of them. And and they were down here is when I started spraying the leaves, and they've grown like this. So nothing's really touched them since they've grown pretty tall. Some more are starting to. They have some jalapenos that are budding. These are habanero. I guess I'm waiting for the sun to come out more. Some more habanero right here. I had, my favorite cow horn peppers, and they didn't grow. They didn't grow too well, so I just planted some more more habanero seeds right here. Funny enough, I actually started getting mushrooms growing in this bin. I haven't studied what kind that is, but if you know what that is, leave the description in the description box as to what kind of mushroom it is, whether I should be concerned or not. Here's the front of the cucumber plant. Funny thing is, I planted some more miscellaneous peppers here. So this is actually a pepper plant it hasn't really gotten a lot of sun because it's been shielded by all the leaves from the cucumber vines. I got kale growing here. This is all newly planted. More weeds I can pull up. This is one from last year. In fact, it looked dead earlier on in spring, but it's actually growing. Actually started growing some edible leaves. Red cabbage. I figured I'd give that a try. See what I can do with those. I actually ate one of them, and it tastes like cabbage. Who'd have thunk it? And here's just the rest of the. Here's the front side of the cucumber plant. Again, they love trellising up whatever they can, whatever's nearest by. So if you ever decide to grow cucumbers, it's not a bad idea to have some stakes and have some line ready. I have to add this second one for support because it was getting so heavy. And there it is, growing pretty tall. And that's it for right now. One thing I was thinking about doing, these are all weeds. I was thinking maybe one day pulling all these up and seeing if I can find a good winter crop to plant here. And I even had an idea that for the summer of next year, God willing, maybe I don't think the landlords will say much about it, but clear all this out and maybe plant some corn. I don't know what it is about corn. I just love growing it. It looks pretty cool. But it's my garden. Tell me what you think. It looks pretty nice. It looks crappy. Give your opinion, share your thoughts, make a video response if you have a garden of your own that's growing. Then grab some complaints. Send me a PM. I'll see what I can do to address them. But that's my video, garden update for June 28th, 2016. I'm Edward Jones, and thanks for watching.